Hey guys, John here. I have a cool story I think some of you might appreciate. Just a few weeks ago in a platform called consequence.net, there was an article written about 10 pop rock and alternative rock bands that used to be heavy. And guess what? Five for Fighting. I was one of them. The writer even said Ondrasik was pretty convincing as a metal frontman. Apparently, he and Axl Rose even shared the same vocal teacher, which is true. And the story goes like this. Just out of college, I was living in an apartment in Malibu, and one day I went up to the pool, like I did many days, and I saw sitting on two lounge chairs, two obvious rockers. One turned out to be a guy named Rudy Sarzo. Now, at the time, Rudy Sarzo was playing bass for Whitesnake at the top of their popularity. Here I Go Again, Is This Love? He'd also played with Ozzy, and he was the original member, bass player of Quiet Riot. So this guy was an icon. We became friends, and actually, Rudy became a mentor of mine and supported me and took me to concerts and let me hang out with him. I was really like that kid in Almost Famous, basically following them around. A sweet, gentle, amazing man, and to this day, a dear friend. The other guy on that lounge chair was a guy named Scott Sheets. Turns out Scott was a former guitar player for Pat Benatar. He'd written the song Fire and Ice. You remember that great song. He was no longer with Pat Benatar anymore, and we became friends and actually founded a band called John Scott. Genius. We were kind of in the Bon Jovi ilk and kind of doing, the pop hard rock stuff. I wouldn't call it Metallica rock, but I was singing that kind of stuff, and turns out we got a couple other band members and we got a management deal and we were well on our way to a record deal. And then a little band called Nirvana came out and that whole genre disappeared and I went back to the piano. But in this article, I was shocked to see that they included one of John Scott's songs. I had no idea these songs were on the internet. And come to find out, there's a YouTube page called the Ondrasik Archive that has all the John Scott songs, as well as many demos from my early days that I didn't even have and I didn't even know existed on the internet. So if you have any interest in checking out John Scott or some of the demos, you can go to the Ondrasik Archive YouTube page. There's also a song on there called Enter Thy Peace. And that was basically my transition from doing the kind of pop rock stuff to piano-based singer-songwriter music like Billy and Elton that I grew up loving. So hey, check it out. And as we fade away, here's a little John Scott. Sounds like me. See you later.